Hi guys. My video about the part 2 of the beauty glow is coming very soon. But I've promised a friend of mine, I've had a special request from a friend of mine called Sarah, to do a little bit of a video about brushes. What brushes to use, how to use them, that kind of thing. Very general thing around brushes. So I thought I'd do that today. As you can see, I've got my foundation on. I haven't put any of my other makeup on yet. That was quite deliberate so that I can kind of show you how I use certain brushes. I'm not going to do my makeup on air because that will just take too long. But I was going to show you how to use them. Now, one of the things that I'm going to talk about eye brushes. As you know, I'm very into Charlotte Tilbury. I don't mean her brushes, but I do, even if she's a bit out of your price range, what I would definitely suggest is that you read some, what is the matter with me today? I would definitely recommend that you watch some of her YouTube videos about how to apply makeup. So one of the things that she says is that you only actually need 2 brushes for your eyes. And that is a fluffy brush for shading and a smudge brush. I'll show you what I mean. So this is a fluffy brush, okay? Now, with the fluffy brush, the way that you would use this on your eyes is you'd use it to shade, to put your eyeshadow on, like this. So when you're putting, say, the first shade, like a primer on, you'd put it across all your eyes, like so, okay? And then you might want to just do an eyeshadow, which again, now the other thing you'll notice that I'm doing, and it's a technique that a lot of makeup artists use, including Charlotte Tilbury, but all of them use this, is this kind of windscreen wiper action. And if you notice, can you see that I have got my little pinky resting on my cheek? So that just stops my hand from sliding around and going up and down. Like if I'm doing that, I could sort of go all over the place. Just keeps my hand steady. And you just hold it like a pen and do that. And then it keeps you very in control of your brush. Now the other thing that you can use this fluffy brush for is that when you come to do the any sort of shadow around the crease, you then you nestle it in to the ridge. If you feel that there's a ridge just under your eyebrow there, and you just nestle that in like you would be nestling your finger, and give it a little wiggle, like actually touch the brush on the lid, give it a little wiggle and nestle it right in. Now you notice what I just did, because I've got these droopy eyelids, is I raised my eyelids. You're supposed to actually do it the way that you would be seen, but if I do that, it's going to go everywhere. So I do often raise my eyebrows so I can feel in that ridge under the eyebrow bone. Okay, so you want to be doing that there, and then giving it a little wiggle there, and then I always take mine out because that kind of lengthens the eye, just makes it it just makes the eye look bigger. Okay, now the second brush that I talked about was this smudger brush. Now you can do an awful lot with the smudger brush, and actually if you have one of these, basically the difference with this is, if you can see, this one is very sort of fluffy and got long hairs. This one is very short and it's like a stump, right? So it's quite hard to touch, and it's like a stump. Now what this is good is for smudging things in. So say if you've got an eyeliner that you put on, it's quite a harsh line, you can smudge it in. It's a bit like an eraser, except it doesn't erase, but it will smudge things. Smudging under with your, and you can use eyeshadow. It means that if you've got a dark eyeshadow, you don't actually have to use a separate eyeliner pencil. You can just pick one of your dark eyeshadows and go and use that as a liner, and use it with this. And again, you'll see what I'm doing here with my finger resting on my cheek. The other thing you can do is when I talked about nestling in and doing a shadow in the crease, is if after you've done that, you go back with the same shade or a slightly darker one, and you just do a line there. Obviously, you smudge it out a little bit with your fingers, but if you do that, it just kind of enhances the shadow. It's a really good effect. That's really good. Now, I would say those are the two that you need. I don't actually own an eyeliner brush. I'm getting one, but you really don't need one. People that use eyeliner brushes for putting those little pots of eyeliner on, and it is actually quite difficult to do it. I think that it's easier to use a pen to put your eyeliner on. You can do it, but if you want to use a kind of liquid pot or a gel eyeliner that's in a pot, then you would need an eyeliner brush. What I tend to have is, I've got this is a little travel kit, right? It goes, you can see they're a lot shorter. I actually ordered a set from Amazon, and Amazon quite good. Just read the reviews. Sometimes when you get brushes, you need to wash them first, because they come out and they've got quite a chemically smell. But I mean, these brushes that I got, I think they're a set of 12. They were under £10. The other place that's quite good for brushes, if you want particular ones, is the Body Shop. Now this one, I saw a really brilliant review on YouTube. Not a review, a father doing a voiceover of what his daughter was doing with her makeup, and she was using this, and he called it a cow's eyelash, which really, that's what I call it now. Where's my cow's eyelash? But basically this one is for putting highlighter on, so you can just kind of do that, and it just puts it on really, really lightly. I love this brush, but you don't need it. You can do it with a sort of thinner brush. The other brush that I really like that I got from the Body Shop was this tapered brush, and I tell you why I like this one. This one is very soft, but it's also got quite a point to it. Sorry, I'm showing you another brush in the corner there. But what I like about this is I can if I put concealer under my eyes, I can set under my eyes using this. It's not too big. I can also put blusher on with it. I can put kind of bronzer on, you know, and shape my cheekbones to stop me looking like I got chubby cheeks, which I have, as you can see. But I can sculpt it a bit. It's very good for sculpting. I love that. Love that brush. It's got so many uses. It's really versatile to use that. You could, and also what I do is I put powder on, even a pressed powder. What a lot of people do is they shove loads of powder over their face. And again, if you watch Charlotte Tilbury or Wayne Goss, they will tell you just put the powder in the centre of your face and leave the side of your face, which has got this kind of natural glow to it. Leave that unpowdered. You don't really need powder there. Where you need it is normally on the nose, on the forehead, and on the chin. So I often use that for putting powder on. So I just really, really love that brush from the Body Shop. So it's a definite one, and I think they've got a sale on at the moment. And you know, Jane does Body Shop at home. Definitely get that brush. I use it every single day. And the other one from Body Shop was this highlight one, which if you like using highlighter, it is really quite nice. But I would say this one is a definite one, and you don't often find them annoyingly in the Amazon sets. It's sort of, they're okay, but they're not quite the same. Now I'll just give you run through quickly before I go off some of them that are in this Amazon set that I got. This one is obviously a blusher brush. It's quite short and stumpy. It's quite good for putting blusher on because it's angled as well. You can kind of get it in a better position than just the straightforward one. Then you have the other brush that I use quite a bit is this brush. I did actually, this is my most expensive brush. It's a Sigma brush, and I saw lots of reviews, and it is good. It's a foundation brush. You can see I haven't cleaned it because I've just used it. But basically, I use that a lot for putting foundation on, and basically buff it in by circling round and doing putting my foundation on. It's really great for that. The other one I really like, really like, which I didn't buy. It came with a foundation that it came free with a foundation that I got on QVC, and I love it, absolutely love it, is this brush. You know, it's worth buying the foundation for this brush. And this brush costs a fortune to buy separately, and it comes free with this particular foundation. If you want to know any details about that, I'll post it underneath what this came. It came with a foundation called Tarte, Tarte. But what I love is it's so fluffy and huge that if I look like I've a bit patchy when I've put my foundation on, even if I haven't used this brush, I'll just go over like this. I could do that now. It won't go to harm because basically it just makes sure that everything is blended in. It's like one of those shaving brushes. It's just and it feels really soft on the skin, and you won't have any bits that aren't blended in once you've used this brush. I love it. I really do. If I find one that you can buy separately without buying this foundation, which is about 30 quid, if I can find you a cheap dupe of that, I will post it and let you know on a next video. Okay, so that's one I really love, and again I use that every day, not to apply foundation, but to kind of just make sure I've blended it all in. There's a couple of brushes in here that, I mean, they put a few brushes that are sort of very similar. This one's got curved, this one's got straight. This one's quite good if you want to just pop some colour in the middle of your cheek. Anything with a flat end you can kind of use to stipple. This is what they mean by stippling, right? And then obviously the ones with rounds you sort of circle a little bit more. I'm just thinking, is there anything else I can say about brushes? Please leave some questions below. This is a Body Shop face and body brush. I have to say I was a little bit disappointed with this one because I thought it was a face and body brush. I thought it was going to be huge. I wanted a great big one that you could just kind of and do your neck. And it's okay, but I just think for a face and body brush, it's not actually that big compared to some of my blusher brushes. So I wouldn't recommend that one from the Body Shop. I've seen better ones, but I definitely recommend the other two, and I will list them below. But this one, yeah, you kind of use to. Often people forget to blend powder and foundation into their ears. So they walk round and they've got this foundation on their face and then they've got red ears, which I've done today, look. You see? Red ears, and then it just shows. So you can just quickly give your ears a powder with that. I think that's about it. I can't think of anything else to say. All I will say is with the fluffy brushes, I've got one in this set here as well, is to get two. So when I said earlier that Charlotte said you only need two, I think you need three, but I think you need two fluffy brushes. And the reason I think you need two fluffy brushes is because at the end, I think the most important part of applying eye makeup is to blend, and then blend some more. And just get rid of all the harsh lines. And what you do need is to go in with a clean brush to do that, and not use the one that you've just applied the eyeshadow with. So I think it's always good to have a second fluffy brush, and the longer the better. This one you can see is quite angled, so you could actually use that. That might be a little bit better for getting into the crease of your eye because it's a little bit angled, and then you could blend with the straightforward one. Okay, I hope that's been helpful. I better go now. The meter's about to run out. Take care. Have a good day.